Find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they still on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
What's happening, family? We are back. We are live from inside the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios alongside Toussaint Werner. My name is Howard. This is I Said What I Said. Listen, y'all, I don't necessarily know what happened, but I know it dropped a lot of y'all off of the feed. And,
share the broadcast, whatever y'all do.
Yeah, please share the broadcast. Let people know that we did pop it back on. I saw, there was a whole bunch of y'all in here, and I looked up, and there was literally like 5 people in the room. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know how that happened, or know how it dropped y'all all off. Either way, appreciate y'all for popping back in. Thank y'all so much. But please share the broadcast so everybody else can know that we did pop back in here. Shout out to everybody that's watching on YouTube too. I'm not even sure that it dropped y'all off of YouTube. It did. It dropped them off YouTube as well. Appreciate y'all watching over there too. I know it's a whole lot of y'all watching on YouTube as well. We appreciate y'all watching from wherever you are watching from. But again, if you will, please take a quick second to share it because for whatever reason, it dropped the vast majority of you all off of the thing. But I appreciate y'all for coming back, and we're going to keep it rolling either way. To white lady went white lady. Like last week, what? It was a white teacher making the 5-year-old boy clean the toilet with his bare hands.
Wait, before we go white lady went white lady, man, I want us to get some understanding of this Tamika Mallory thing.
Oh, okay, come on, let's get into it. We can stay there.
That, because we just lost the feed, there was a comment in the last feed about Tamika Mallory isn't a creation like the pastors in the church. And I want to push back on that because that's not true. Tamika Mallory is a direct creation from Reverend Al. And at Reverend Al's core, he's a pastor from a church. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's kind of, we confuse the game. We confuse the conversation, and we so much enjoy theater. Mm-hmm. Right? And if a preacher can't do shit, he can make a good speech.
Oh, yeah,
you know
for sure.
I mean? And I think that's what's happening, right? You make
oratory extraordinaire,
and you walk down the street the right way, and you become an activist all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're not influencing any policy. You're not influencing any ground movements. You're not really influencing shit, but your pockets or more credibility to your good speaking ability. You know what I mean? I think that changes the conversation. And to go in and say, well, why is General Motors giving her an endorsement deal? I still haven't got any understanding of that.
I don't have any understanding for that. I'm just I'm not willing to say in general that no activist should receive an endorsement deal regardless of who it's from. But this particular thing, yeah, I don't think she can make it make sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And I think, again, the timing of it, I think the universe is amazing, but I don't know if the universe is this amazing. For Shamir Rice's mama to be talking how she was talking slick last week, and then this week she gets this commercial Cadillac deal, I think that's amazing. I think the universe is letting you know who these people are. In a lot of ways, they are frauds, man. They're fraudulent, and until we get an understanding of it, I think it would behoove us to keep jumping in line with the shit they saying. I look at even again, like I love the data and the information that Yvette Cornell and Antonio Moore bring to the conversation. Because it's innovative, it's new, and it's changing the direction and changes the thought around how we should be thinking about blackness and what it means to be black. Now, I'm not saying it's to shit on the Tamika Mallory or my son or any of that, right? But they don't have nothing innovative or new to bring to the conversation. But it's amazing to me that this new innovative bunch who've built a brand around themselves and built some momentum around themselves and built that but just from the ground level. You know, you look up and you see Tamika Mallory and my son in every goddamn space, right? They don't have nothing new and innovative, but they're in every space. People with new shit and innovation who really are moving a community that they created, they can't get in no space. Matter of fact, them same spaces that embrace Tamika Mallory and my son is shunning Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore. Now, I'll flat out say I think Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore have asshole personalities.
But the research is not to be denied.
The information and the data, you cannot deny it. They changed the conversation.
Right.
They're shifting and changing the conversation from an internet broadcast, got reparations to the presidential debate stage for the first time in the history of America.
Reparations was like
and we got
underground hip hop
getting the goddamn Cadillac deal.
Yeah.
Make it make sense to me.
I can't.
Very simply, it makes sense. Why would you put the people that really could cause revolution in the forefront?
In the forefront.
Get it from their side. We saying from her side.
Understand
well, you understand her side too. Like the reality is, and I'm just saying this, it's tough. Like when they come to you with the bag, it's a lot of niggas that they can rationalize.
It depends on who.
Me with the bag a few times, bro.
It depends on who. I listen.
And I ain't gonna lie, I had to call other people with the bag and say, man, what am I doing this wrong?
And when he told me the figure, and I had to sit out and showed it to me, I'm like, and you finna tell him what about that?
No, I mean I think
you love these niggas more than me. I see. Like,
but I think that's the reality.
On a probably 10 times smaller scale, but still a pretty significant scale for me. I walked away from one and I was like,
But I think that
he had one that was 10 times that size. It was like,
I think probably everybody in this room probably has had it brought to you, right? Like I'm gonna tell you that, and it's over years. Like there was probably a time when my job was to get the bag, and then as you've developed, you come into this space where you have it. I don't doubt that Tamika Mallory has been taught from day one how to access the bag, right? Like, and that was the ultimate goal. And that if, like her training taught her from Reverend Al, like they taught from Jesse Jackson, like, yo, get the bag. Get the bag. And I think that we piled these. Mug give a good ass speech one time. And it's like we be, and a good YouTube and go viral. They own and popping. I also think that too, there's a lot to be said for the asshole personality, as it relates to like Yvette and Tone and
me. I know it's not the same way.
I think we all have our own idiosyncrasies, but I think some people, Yvette and Tone don't care, right? They like, fuck it, you don't. I feel like Tamika Mallory has been taught by Al Sharpton that you're leveraging this. All of this is to get where you are right now. Because, I mean, you think about Reverend, I mean, come on, man, he got a perm. So I don't think they've gotten that far. She's just doing what she was trained to do.
No, I agree. But for us to allow those people to be our voices is very.
We don't get a vote.
Minimal.
Cadillac didn't call us. They just said.
But we get a vote in this sense, though, right? We get a vote in the sense that
boycott Cadillac.
We right, and we allow Tamika Mallory or Angela Rye because they're birthed out of our community, right? They're birthed on the Breakfast Club. They're birthed in places that we frequent.
I think we're looking for the leadership at first, right? I think it's not till later that we realize this person ain't who I thought, and then by that time, white capitalism is like, we don't give a fuck who you thought. She don't even need to be your authentic leader. We decided she's this. You know what I mean?
Man, maybe it's my arrogance then, man, because I don't know, brother. When I see them, it's like they got on uniforms. They show up in a uniform. They look the same. Like, how don't you recognize the uniform?
Because you read 14 fucking books a day.
Man,
no, seriously.
But just being from the
you are arguing for a state of consciousness that we don't all the way have in our community, right? We don't have. That's why GCI and all of them other places are so much bigger than places like where they're giving information. Like, and I feel like the frustration for a person like you is, I would tell you that 80% of the masses is walking around blind, and they get one piece of information, they rocking with it. And
that's disgusting.
them Angela Rye, but bro, like the first time you hear Angela Rye, I remember the first time somebody sent me Kamala Harris on the Breakfast Club, and they was like, she is down. Right? They sent that, and we was all hating, and then all of a sudden it flipped, right? And she became now this person. And I just fundamentally think that our people are so lost oftentimes that we don't have that information, and then they could just put somebody say some good stuff, and they be up there, and they say enough that makes them innocuous, so they can say it, that they could be like, I'm gonna wave my finger in the white man's head until I come around the back. But two, I think you have the challenge of being like the Matrix, right? You can see.
It's the Matrix.
But people should see that shit too, because, and especially when you talk about Kamala, she don't even disguise it well. But like, we all sat in that room, you fucking asked her, what y'all got for black people?
But see it in your loss, though.
But they
see
don't.
it in the failures.
But two,
see it in your living experience.
mugs have become so. It's commonplace. Like, I always be going crazy because I be like, hey, yo, this ain't normal. This is not. And go out west. And some days when you be out west, bro, it be like, yeah, this can't be real. Like, and I'm not trying to be funny because, I stay out west. But I be like, the way that people live, the things that they do, the whole system of existence. When I was talking about the IDs, man, out west, dog, they got a whole system built on not having an ID. Right? Where you can go get the knockoff West Side ID that ain't got nothing to do. They put your name, address, and a picture, and they laminate that bad boy. And I swear to God, you can get in anything out west with this mug. It ain't got it's real. Like, dog, I'm telling you, we have come to subsist. And then even think about, too, when you say, I'm floored at the fact that you saying only 10% of all Americans make $100,000. So think about what the average mug who's trying to subsist and survive, and you talking to him, tell him, man, turn that bag down. Man, niggas will beat you down for telling somebody to turn the money down.
Be clear, though. The person getting offered the bag ain't the
be,
person at the bottom, though.
I'm 100% with you.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm 100% with you, and then that's why
they ain't pulling up in Parkway.
They do the comment.
Like you want a Cadillac.
They do the comment on us. They do the comment, right? Glory, right? They give white people just enough whooping to make them feel like, yes, he's giving me, like the black people that do have just enough flash.
Nicole said that's innovative. She West Side to the core. Yeah.
No, I'm telling you though, y'all know West Side though, straight up. Hey man, first time I saw a knockoff, look, we went to the club. My man Big Swill pulls out his West Side ID.
I'm not hip to the West Side ID unless it's the shit they doing right there behind the county.
No, my nigga.
And them
that's the Latinos. That's the
got a whole operation.
That one is the one that was run by the former alderman's son who went to jail. There's a West Side one ain't nowhere close to that, bro.
Oh yeah, that's a real operation.
No. This right here. You walk in the store, they got a blue piece of paper. They take your photo with, I might be a camera phone. They type your name, address, and phone. They put all the stuff that you got a driver's license on, and then they laminate it and they cut it, and you come back in an hour and 30 minutes. They give it to you, and I promise you, you can walk around the West Side if you want to go to the bar and you can't get. You show this fake, and it's literally a laminated ID.
The West Side ID.
The West. Yeah, and y'all know I'm not lying either. Y'all know it's the West Side ID.
I believe it.
That
for
shit
sure.
work everywhere out west. And then you come downtown and they be straight up mad when they don't work.
Thinking they can use it.
They go to the, just like the people who haven't been out of like there are people who literally think that is, I'm going to get ID, Joe. Hey Joe, I'm going to get ID.
And they go to the
and they go get
I need
this.
ID, man.
Hey Joe, I need ID. I'm going to get it. And everywhere out west, Wally take it. Wally be like, give me your link. I'll cash your link. Check over that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah. So I think that we have come to a level of subsistence that we've come to come on, man. I got homies that 45 years old, never got a paycheck. Never once. Now, 45 years old, you never got a paycheck. You have now become used to subsistence survival, or not even subsistence. Cause I'm telling you, go out west, niggas think they balling out at the Cindy Lynn. They swear to God they balling out at the Cindy. Got a hot tub in the room. I think that people don't know.
Wait, what?
That's real. That's
You ain't
real.
never been to Cindy Lynn?
Why the fuck would I? Why would I be?
That's where all the twisters. That's the West Side Civerus. That's where all the twister videos. That's where all the do or die videos. Look, the Cindy Lynn. Okay,
No, I'm good.
DJ. That's what DJ probably be. Ask DJ. Ask DJ.
DJ
DJ
definitely
know about the Cindy Lynn. And
DJ probably got a West Side ID.
yeah, DJ probably do got a West Side ID. But I'm saying that we have almost become outside of society in Chicago.
It's not almost, though.
And
And
create
that's
our
kind of
own society
Yeah.
within society. Because if you go to Madison and Pulaski, have you ever been in that mall in Madison and Pulaski and been in the basement? Like, Joe, when you go there, it is literally like they took a whole hollowed out mall that used to be a thriving corner, and all the Arabs and all the Chinese have gone in there, flipped every store, got bootleg gear, and it's a straight mall. Like they took the escalator out, but you walk
Really?
down. Joe, it is. You walk in
I
that.
thought it was just like them storefronts on the street level.
You walk in that bad boy. You come in on Madison. You go
I mean,
down
I done
the
been in
steps.
tops and bottoms the whole time, but them storefronts on the other side of
No,
the street.
dog,
You talking
then
about on the south or east corner?
I'm talking about the south
East corner.
Bro,
I thought those
where
were
the
just-
Payless is.
Yeah, I thought those were just
walk
like
to the middle of the block.
single level storefronts.
You walk in that mug. You can go around the side across from churches, and there's a door that goes down to the basement.
No
where you go.
shit.
Hey, dog, they got everything from tattoos
I do
to
not be out
clothing.
west.
Look, Joe,
West
like
Side is his own planet.
I used
Just
to
like I
have
was talking about over east, and you ain't got no reason. I ain't got no reason to go out west. I go out west for
Joe.
I go get some moons from my little restaurant spot, or I go somewhere specific. I don't be out fucking west.
you go to Madison and Pulaski, and they got everything in that mug. Like you think people like when they talk about food deserts and clothes deserts and all that stuff. Joe, you go in there, and the Arabs, the Asians, everybody has figured out that we subsist. So what you see all these Asians pulling up, and they got all of this stuff coming from China. They take it downstairs. It's all bootleg, knockoff, bulls, but everything else. And it is a whole underground economy built on subsistence. And people and Joe, like when they got they got a whole system of cashing checks for people who get everything.
Don't
They
got no
got
bank
food.
accounts.
Right. When you go into ain't nobody got no damn bank account. The currency exchange is all set up. Like people think their bank account is the currency exchange. When you think about how many people in our community literally go and go to right, but in out west, it's
Over the course of your 30-year work experience or whatever, you didn't get the currency exchange $100K just bullshitting because you ain't got no other way of cashing your bread. G. Like that's off the meat rack for real.
And think about this: them same people don't even know they could get a bank account.
Yeah,
They don't even know they could get a bank account. Right? You got an automatic check coming. Chase, all them people will take you direct deposit. They got all those banks that been put in those places, and the brother don't even know. So he paying a fee and will argue with you about telling him to open up a bank account. We have been completely pushed out of this system, and we figured out a way to survive and thrive in it.
that's why I'm not too pissed at Shorty when he like, yo, we can't just depend on these people to educate us. If we don't educate ourselves, we ain't gonna know it. They've been educating us, and we still don't know simple, basic ass shit like that. I was telling you a couple months ago, I'm like, man, to this day, I remember fucking Stop, Drop, and Roll. That was drilled into me like nothing fucking else. My ass ain't never been on fire. Okay? But nobody taught me to balance a checkbook.
Hey, I've been on fire. You don't stop, drop, or roll.
You run. Get this shit off me. Get this shit off me. We're going to have to get the story of how you were
You've
on
been
fire.
on fire? No, fuck that. We ain't got to get it.
Shit's wild, bro.
You've been on fire?
Yeah, for a hot second. I got about that
A
jail.
hot second.
Yeah, I got about that
Hot
jail.
second.
I got about that jail. You understand me?
How are you on fire, bro?
Fell asleep. Tried to bake some french fries.
Fucking Richard
Ooh,
Pryor?
dog, I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that.
College, man. And then I know when the grease, I'm ignorance again.
Oh, you did tell it. You
When
told
the
it. You
grease fire
said it.
starts,
Okay.
You're supposed to cover it. Or
Right.
You put some water
He
in
came
it.
with a bucket of water.
Shit, and it went crazy. I was like, what the fuck I just do?
Sit there.
I'm out!
And then y'all just moved out and left the spot. Cause that's where I was like, what happened with the spot? You like, I don't know. We left. The roof. The roof. The roof.
Oh,
is
my
up.
God.
I was completely ignorant. But that's what happens with ignorance, right? You got to pay the fee. School costs money, man. School costs
hey,
money, G. That's
hey.
real. You know, but I didn't know nothing about all that. The whole, I mean, I could imagine.
Nothing in the world more expensive than
I didn't know
free.
nothing about the Madison Pulaski downstairs at all.
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna tell you what. So I used to
Dead ass. I had no idea.
y'all. Can I tell you what? Like I feel like damn near it would almost be I said what I said live video. Like if y'all went down there and just recorded like the experience, like put the camera
I'm
here.
sure it's crazy. The West
And you
Side
walk
crazy
down there,
anyway.
and you walk down. No, Joe, you walk down there, and you be like,
I feel like I need to just go over there.
"What
as soon as I
the
leave
fuck
studio.
is this?" And I ain't tripping because it's like a whole economy built to meet the needs of this underclass, and I don't mean to call us underclass, but it is
That's
built.
what it is.
And these Asians come through, Joe, and they are. It's like you see them pulling up, and like somebody out west has been in Madison and Pulaski. They can't tell me I'm crazy.
Nah,
I
they
used to
don't
have a
understand
little.
about these people in the comments.
I
saying
had a
y'all
little
been there.
candy store down. I used to airbrush shop. I had a candy store at Mr. Rick's. Man, I couldn't keep it going though because the brothers was still on my blunts while I was gone. You know that was the big thing to go. But yeah, man, I'm just telling you because it's real out here.
But in context, though, right? You got that class per se that's kind of dropped out of the American social norms, and the West Side is like I would like to say that the West Side is like peculiar, special in that way, but it's not.
I saw one in Houston.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
seen the same thing.
You get to these other states, and you be like, "Yo, what planet is y'all on?"
All of these burned out
You know what I
joints
mean?
that we have, that white people have vacated, and then we come and reconsume. We don't reconsume them. The Asians and the Arabs reconsume them, and then we still they take them over, and then we start to consume from them at a lower level.
Because we've been conquered.
Y'all just put
Going
me on
back to
something.
some manhood shit, though. That's why I always say, like, what's the definition of manhood? Right? Is mastering the environment in which you inherit. And we got to be real, man. We've been a conquered people, and that's in every sense of the word. But we still align ourselves with white thought and white ideologies, right? So we have this kind of conquered reality with this kind of empowered ass philosophy, and the shit don't work together. You can't, i.e., the young brother with the conversation with Roland. You can't have that conversation.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Agreed.
You can't have that because you're not in that position.
Agreed.
You know, so we just, again, man.
That's detrimental.
And it goes back to the Tamika Mallory's and the Mysons and all them other people who, you know, the people that's on the grounds here in Chicago who got the same kind of scam going. You know what I mean? Hey, look, a hustler's going to hustle you until he can't hustle you no more. That just is what it is.
Facts.
But in order to, you know, what's the shit? You get it over on me once, your fault. You get it over on me twice, it's
That's my fault. All right.
Right? They've gotten this shit over on us for the last 405
There's no
years.
saying in America, well, at least in Texas where I'm from.
Texas,
I think
where
there's a
I'm
saying,
from.
fool me once, you can't. Fool me once, you can't get fooled again.
Food, you can't get food again.
What a fucking idiot. Ran the country for 8 years. Gosh.
Cherie said that we had that outside on commercial. I don't remember commercial being like that, though.
Oh, no, commercial was definitely under that. That's way over east, though.
Yeah, but the commercial was also, like, not ours.
No, that's the Hispanics.
Right.
That's the Mexicans
That's
joints
the
over there. That's the
Hispanics.
SDs and all that. They,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
That ain't really.
I don't really be on commercial like that.
You ain't safe.
But no, the SDs will get dead on that with you
Yes,
quick.
I've been on it with the SDs over there.
They not playing. They GDK just because you
Off the
black.
rip. Everybody black.
If you black, he's
they-
GD and I'm GDK. I'd be like, fam.
We gotta go with 2 PI
Damn.
escort.
No, they put it with me. I'm not good. They know the truth.
They thought you was Puerto Rican.
Nah,
That's like
they get on there. There's some projects over there, man. And I want to say it's from like 93rd and what the fuck is the street? I feel like it started with a B or something. It's way over east. It's like some projects over there. And when I was in high school, I used to talk to this girl over there. And, you know, when you're thinking with the wrong head, you just do anything, right? So I pull up over there. I'm like, this is
Dumb.
This is wild as fuck. But there's boxing in that building, so I need to get in that building, right? 100 niggas standing outside.
Hey, that's every male story in the history of ever.
It is. There's boxing in
I
that building.
shouldn't be going out of the sky, but
There's boxing in that building.
can't do it.
There's boxing in that building. I walk past all them niggas like, this is weird. Come outside
when you
and
do
get
that,
me.
what you do? When
Now you
do
call her, act like you don't, you act like you don't remember the exact address, like you can't find the right door, so she can come out, right? Like, yo, I can't find 93rd and Burnham. Appreciate you, Cherie. I'm like, yo,
Cherie got to be from over east. Nobody knows those blocks unless you live over there.
yeah, but these projects, they're like 2-3 blocks long, like 2-3 stories. It's probably, I don't know, 8-9 buildings, some shit like that. But Berkeley, that's actually what it is. But they all right there. They might be fucking adjacent blocks. But anyhow,
Super over east.
I just call her like, yo, I can't find them. Which door did you say they come? I can't. It's a lot of fucking doors, man.
She looked out and said, "There's a lot of niggas out there."
Come out the door,
That's
fam.
the blessing of being a kid born in the cell phone era.
Come out the door, fam.
I was going in them situations with cell phones that exist.
Yeah,
Yes,
you cooked, fam.
yes.
Fuck
yes.
that.
You had to be way more creative than
How you gonna run to a payphone? Fuck that. This nigga in there.
Had to be way
You got a
more
quarter?
creative than that.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah,
We got time to find no quarters when niggas is on your ass. We out.
Hey man, that's how it was in the streets of Bolingbrook.
Fuck out of here.
And when I was in college, my parents had bought a crib on Manistee.
Woo.
Right? It was a beautiful block.
I bet it was.
We East again.
East, man,
It was some
East is
different shit.
deceptive, dog.
And it ain't my neighborhood, right? I didn't grow up there. So I wasn't there like that then. So I would come home from college.
All them B streets, Berkeley, Buffalo, Burnham, all that
Crazy,
shit over there.
man.
Wow,
I was like, this is a whole other planet. You're right. The East Side is his own little planet too, and I didn't like it.
different.
Yeah, it's
But
different.
that East is like even further. Like my East is like Stony to the water, depending on where you at. If you get further south, then it's like Stony to like Yates or Exchange or whatever. But you start talking commercial and all that, like we
different.
we over there now, fam. Yeah, we back off around yonder.
It's Indiana.
Yeah, we back off around yonder now, fam, and I don't really like it. I don't like it.
And it's mostly Hispanics
Yeah.
and black people that don't really know they black people.
You can go get a small thing fixed on your car. You know what I'm saying? You need to replace like a panel or something.
It's a come up for the car.
Yeah, you
Get
need to
a flat
replace a
fix in 5
panel or
seconds.
get a tire or some shit like
It's a
that.
come up.
Yeah, you can pull up. You can pull up for sure. And it's like a grocery store on I don't know, one of the
83rd.
blocks. Huh?
It was on 83rd.
83rd. Was it on 83rd, the grocery store?
It was on the next block.
Oh,
over
no, I know
from
what you're talking about. I'm not talking about the actual grocery. You talking about on 83rd. It's a like I'm talking about on commercial and like this might be like 91st, some shit like that. Anyway, it's a little grocery store, but they got fire-ass burritos in there. They also sell burritos in the little convenience store.
Oh, that's
I mean,
good.
when y'all
And
really
liquor.
talk about Avenue O, I'm cool.
Man,
Avenue
Avenue
O.
O got a banging park over there though.
Avenue O is that's where I was playing football in the Flag League on 119th and Avenue O. That is where I was playing football when my Achilles was like, I want to be 2 Achilles now.
And Herb, you realize that is they said that's like one of the most toxic communities in the whole entire city. Like they were saying that the kids been playing on top of asbestos for like 20 years.
That
and
in the
all
gardens?
Yeah. Oh, and the gardens too.
Yeah,
Man.
I don't
Yeah.
doubt it, for sure. I don't doubt it at all, man.
Yeah, but again, right? So I guess when you in that kind of a situation where your whole life is kind of perpetuated in just survival and survival mode at all times, I guess it's hard to see past the right now or the opportunity for the day, but that's part of the struggle, right? If we cannot plan for tomorrow, we can't grow tomorrow. And that's kind of how they keep us in this kind of cyclical thing, the cyclical conversation of poverty and pain and oppression, because we don't have the time nor the leisure to plan, plot, strategize, organize. You know what I mean? I.e., why reparations is so important. I.e., why I say, reparations isn't our answer, but it will stabilize us enough to get enough time for us to get to our answer. You know what I mean? But when you got these kind of people at the helm of the conversation, man, like it just kind of it's disheartening to me, because for me, and again, like I said, maybe that's just my arrogance, but they show up with the uniform on. It's not hard to figure them out. If they're in the public sphere,
Nigga, but
and
I could see you.
if they're in the public sphere and they won't, challenge the rules of the public sphere, then they not really for us. Because if you there for us, you got to challenge the rules of the public sphere. It's no way you could be there for us and not challenge the rules of the public sphere, because the public sphere's rules are all against us. It is how it is designed. So if you don't see them challenging that, then you, and in some ways, like we all kind of, not we all, I'm not going to say that, but in some ways, before Trump, everybody placated to that energy. The vast majority of people placated to that energy, and if you didn't placate to that energy, you didn't get the spotlight like that.
Right. That's real.
You know what I mean? I remember I was in a room with a bunch of pastors, and I said, y'all really believe in that Jesus shit?
I believe you too. I know you said
I said it, G. I said it and it offended everybody. You know what I mean? But that could have got me canceled, per se. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to say it. I'm going to challenge it. I'm going to push
really
the
believe in
envelope.
that Jesus shit?
I'm going to push the envelope. And if you're not pushing the envelope, then you cannot be innovative. You can't move the needle.
There's no way we're expanding if we're not
You're not
stretching.
expanding the conversation if you're not pushing the envelope.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So whenever they start, towing the company line, that's the uniform, man.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the uniform.
That's why I got so scared about Keisha Bottoms when she was initially afraid to call that thing a hate crime, but she came back the next day and restored my faith in Keisha Bottoms. I like Keisha Lance Bottoms. I think she's doing a good job.
He was having a bad day, dog. What are you talking about, hate crime?
Right. He was just having a
bad day.
And he was upset with the porn industry.
I'm just saying they market Asian. They do market
Asian hate?
No, they market Asian.
Oh yeah, like massage parlors as happy ending spaces.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they okay.
Man, but you know what though? But back to the nuance and the ignorance. You right? She might have said that, but then you got Dame Lillard who comes out of, with Stop the Asian Hate t-shirt the other day, and you got a large swath of our community talking about Stop the Asian Hate. And then you look at the George Floyd trial that's playing out today.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the part this is one part of the trial that was interesting to me because they start to show you imagery from different angles.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize there's like 40 people on that damn block at that moment when this is happening. And then you hear the names of all of the police who were on the scene. Tu Ho, Ling Kim. I ain't being funny. That's their name.
No, I know. There was the two Asian dudes. There was the mixed dude. And then there was Derek. It was four of them. It was Derek Chauvin.
If it was 6 police there, 5 of them was Asians. Shit, all right. He was just having a bad day in my opinion, too. We all have bad days, apparently. Yeah, see, that miss me, man. We got to dig a little deeper, bro.
Let's take a break, man. When we come back from break, want to be able to touch on that's a terrible way to say what I'm about to say, but I'll just say it anyway.
Not a little boy. No.
Lil Nas X. That's what I was about to say. Want to be able to touch on the Lil Nas X, but whatever.
I called James to get my meat.
Already came out. Already came out. I'll take that. I like it. It's funny. And then also the prison, the inmate that was killed inside the Oklahoma City County Jail. We'll skip past the white lady because we've seen that 100 million times over the past 2 years. Racist white lady. She's a teacher. She went on her black people ain't shit
That
rant.
trial's going to be going on for about a month.
Yeah, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll hit those things on the other side of the break. Since I said what I said, we'll be right back.
WIFTBPN.
Yeah, what down with it? I am God, tapping in one time for the one time. I am getting ahead without devolving. And I want to let y'all know that this coming Friday, April 2nd, I will be in the building on the What's In It for the Black People Media Network on Facebook, live with the homies, T-Tom, Gino, Eugene McIntosh, Terrence Tomlin, the Bigs, you know what I'm talking about, live on the soil. We're going to be debuting and premiering my upcoming project, The Eternal Reflection, with the homie Custom Made. Y'all ain't going to want to miss this. 1 to 3 p.m. Make sure y'all tapping in. We going to be on the soil with the Bigs, you know what I'm talking about. Shout out the homie Gino, Eugene McIntosh. Shout out Terrence Tomlin. Shout out the What's In It for the Black People Media Network, you know what I'm talking about. Make sure you there. Yeah, I am God.
Everybody's talking about the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish. Place your order today for a delicious meal. The chicken and fish are fried to perfection, featuring a wide variety of catfish, perch, tilapia, whiting, and shrimp. Now it's your turn to see what everybody's talking about. It's the all-new Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, Chicago's newest spot for delicious meals. Stop by at 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop, or get contactless delivery from DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Postmates. For more info, call 773-807-9010, 773-807-9010. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish is open just in time for lunch, or take it to the house for a delicious dinner. It's Chicago's new spot for perfectly fried chicken and fish. Don't wait any longer. Try it today. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish, 2537 South Wabash in the South Loop. Sam Silk's Chicken and Fish.
Brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters. Yeah, no
bullshit at the pulpit with questions for the reverend, like why I gotta die to go to heaven? Or are these lies and deception a sign of what's next? To deny my progression to my soul through my spirit from my mind and my flesh. You be hard pressed to alter my perspective. It's reflective of my perception. All the lives and the tribes that's affected, dying quick, effects from environments neglected, disconnected, disrespected. This the same section we never invest in. Our own sales from our own shells, become owners on our own. They get on with our own help. Yeah, creators of our own world, communicate. We accumulated our own wealth. Created in this image, so when I say it, I meant it. Do the science for yourself. My brothers and sisters, we ain't niggas and bitches. My brothers and sisters, we ain't niggas and bitches. Can you dig that though? And I put this on my mama, like Madonna. Mother Earth, Mother Africa, I'm honored to be a part of where it started. Selling Starbird through the stars, stardust on my starship. My heartbeat is godly. I'm the light harnessed from the darkest part of darkness. Such a godsend. I teach my son to treat your daughter like a goddess. I teach my daughter to treat your son like a god king. I can never deny my fate. My melanated skin tells my story every day. Fortunately, my fortune awaits. Majority of the world, minority in the states. Yeah, we blossom from the concrete. The world copies what they see, then mocks my mystique. The possibilities impossible to see.
Jimmy Jones was the kind.
What?
Jimmy Jones was the kind.
Yeah.
To lead is blind.
Yeah.
Niggas didn't know the time.
Let me tell a story. Yeah.
Like that. Check it.
2 a.m. as she checked her Movado. Empty whiskey bottles in a hollow. Slim laid in a shadow. Who you follow? Don't make me pull it quicker. You remind me of this shorty that got Mookie in the zipper. How you figure the could make me look a dipper? Shut up. Just because you licked up, don't make me quiver, not deliver my message. Don't make me second guess it and make sure that know that we be back in Smith and Wesson. He went off with the mission. Watching the first intention was to blast to the temple. Got mental smoking and doing the next. With this will be next down on State Street.
What is happening, family? We are back and we are live from inside the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. This is I Said What I Said, intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest on a beautiful Monday afternoon here in Chicago, Illinois. Wherever you find yourself, we hope that you are doing well. Thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to tune in. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, man. I see y'all, and I'm very rarely in there with my comments. I probably need to set up a YouTube page that got my name on it because I got a YouTube page from like an old YouTube thing I used to do about the Bears. But I'll actually probably start up again this year. But anyhow, I see y'all in there, and I appreciate y'all so much for being here as always. Shout out to everybody that's on YouTube. Shout out to y'all on Facebook as well. But I'm always engaging with y'all on the Facebook page, and very rarely am I doing that on YouTube. So shout out to everybody on YouTube. I see y'all, and we appreciate y'all most def. We've had a few different conversations today, and one of the things I wanted to show y'all, or at least let y'all know about, was the fact that this inmate was killed in the Oklahoma City County Jail. He was killed during a hostage situation where they had taken a corrections officer hostage. I'm going to read this article to y'all. It's not that long. I'll read that to y'all, and then I want to play the video too. I sent you the video, I think, to your Instagram DM. And I'll show you the video, but I want to read the article, which is on CNN. It was posted on CNN yesterday. It was written by Holly Silverman of CNN. But the headline reads, Inmate killed by police. Inmate killed by police held corrections officer hostage and took his radio and keys to free other inmates. It says that, let's see. An inmate in the Oklahoma City County Detention Center held a correctional officer hostage, took his radio and keys, and released other inmates before being shot and killed by police on Saturday, the facility's administrator said in a news conference. Oklahoma County Detention Center Administrator Greg Williams said the hostage situation took place during a med pass, which is when medicine is given to the inmates. There were 37 inmates housed on the floor, but it's not clear how many were released and how many were involved in the incident, Williams said. The hostage situation occurred in a segregation pod where the inmates that are most difficult to handle are housed. Oklahoma County Sheriff Tommy Johnson III said his department dispatched a senior tactical team to the scene just after 4 p.m. The team tried to de-escalate the situation, but the inmate had the detention officer in a hostage position with something held to his neck, Johnston said, so responders used lethal force. Gas was deployed during the situation, Johnston said. Officers within the Oklahoma City Police Department also responded to the scene to provide aid and were among the officers who administered the lethal force. I don't know how many officers it takes to administer a lethal force, but Gorley said that they will interview officers in the coming days and conduct interviews of those involved in the situation. We're glad that the detention officer was not more seriously hurt, and we were able to get him out of there and protect him. Williams said the correctional officer was able to walk out of the jail and is now in the hospital. Again, that article is on CNN. But, too, if you got the video from inside, the video that we're about to show you all comes from cell phone footage from one of the inmates. A lot of inmates got these cell phones in jail now, and they go live on Instagram or they post videos and pictures and all that kind of stuff. How they get phones inside?
Yeah.
The same way they get dope and weed inside. It's contraband.
But, they're posting like the social media. Like, how they not figured out? They're not posting.
Two, I need you to come back to that mic, bro.
My fault. They're not posting getting high though. You know what I mean? They're posting these cell phone videos from footage from wherever they at.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to me.
Yeah, no, it is interesting, but it's state sanctioned. You know what I mean? And if not on a larger scale, on a smaller scale, you can't convince me that anybody other than the detention center staff brings in dope. It ain't that many baby mamas in the world snuggling 8 balls under their titties. Like that's not a, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not how the majority of it is getting in. Sure, a few things might get passed in the visitation room, but it's 100 million cameras and all that. You know what I'm saying? The majority of it is getting in by people who work there, namely corrections officers and the like. So I imagine the cell phones getting the same way because it's big money.
Capitalism, man.
It's big money. One cell phone inside the joint, and it could be a little piece of shit cell phone.
I'm sure.
1,000 cash, easy.
They still rocking with the Nokia joints. They getting, you're right.
Yeah.
Run that ticket.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd be selling cell phones.
Just like half a gram of weed on the street, $10, whatever. Get it in here, $50, $60. Like
That's called a cap.
Huh?
It's a cap.
Yeah.
It's a pen cap. Fill up a pen cap with weed in. That's your
Learned that on the streets of Baltimore, huh?
Capitalism.
Streets of Bolingbrook.
Streets of Bolingbrook.
I said Baltimore. Streets of Bolingbrook.
Streets of Baltimore is real.
Right. That's just a different situation. But
not as real as the streets of Bolingbrook. Stop.
Excuse me.
Don't make me call King Sosa down here.
Please don't call King Sosa.
King Sosa.
Please don't call
I might get lame by sharing a room with him. Like just breathing the same oxygen, I might get lame as hell.
I got enough for you though.
All right, let's go ahead and roll it.
There's no sound to this.
I got you. Stop. Don't make me call King Sosa down.
So what you see is in the corner, in that corner over there, you can see that they got a corrections officer. He's tied up. Over there in the left corner, you will see they got the corrections officer tied up down there. And they're yelling at somebody downstairs.
Y'all, this shit real. Oklahoma County Jail, y'all, this shit real. It ain't nothing against the CO, man. We ain't got no mirrors in here. The water don't work. Toilet backed up. This is what we dealing with, huh? Niggas ain't been out they cell 3-4 days. Look at the run. Nigga, this water out here, dirty old food. Nigga, we ain't got no.
This is the part I want to drop.
We ain't got no showers in 2 weeks. Our power was just out 2 days. On set is how they handle it. So set ain't got nothing to do with this CEO. He just so happened to be a product of the situation, man. Sad.
Why buddy dancing like that?
And just for the clarification, I didn't take the phone. The phone was sat on my beanhole. They love to make me fuck, nigga, you know what I mean?
Anyhow, that's enough of it. Y'all get what's going on there. I wanted to make sure we got to the point at least where you heard the inmate in their own words saying what this takeover was about, right? They hadn't had showers in weeks, right? They hadn't had
Somebody's probably happy about that though.
Well, you know, you got some dirty folks, but they
No,
hadn't
no,
had.
you just shower. So sorry.
They hadn't had showers in weeks. They hadn't had rec in I think, I don't know if he said days or whatever it was that wasn't there. And again, this was the segregation pod, and so these are people who are on 23-1 lockdown anyway. So they only get 1 hour out they cell, and they hadn't had that 1 hour in a long time. In addition to not having showers or regular meals, and they were without power for 2 days. And nobody was listening to them. Nobody was trying to hear what they had to say. And so eventually, they found a way to snatch one of y'all asses up, get his fucking keys, and take over the pod. Now they still stuck in that pod, and eventually y'all can run there with guns, which y'all did and killed them. But that level of frustration builds up, and eventually people go crazy. Like it's inhumane to keep somebody in isolation like that. Every study they've ever done will tell you that people go crazy. Y'all did that. Y'all didn't let them go to rec for weeks. Y'all didn't give them shower for weeks. They was out of power for 2 days. Y'all wasn't feeding them regularly. What the fuck did you expect these grown-ass men to do? Just keep allowing y'all to abuse them like that without doing anything to snap back? Like,
shout out to Nicole Rogers. She says, "Oh, the inmates was having a bad day."
right. Yep. Yep. They had a bad day.
I salute it.
They had a bad couple of weeks just because of how y'all was treating them. They had a bad couple of weeks. That's on y'all. And yeah, they revolted, of course. Sad. It's unfortunate. It cost my man his life, but you got to understand what you're dealing with here, right? Now, why he went out alone instead of going out with that? That's not right. Yes, it is. Instead of going out with that CO, whatever.
So again, man, and again, maybe this is my arrogance.
That CO been at all his shifts the last 2 weeks. You ain't done nothing to get them motherfuckers a shower.
Yeah, maybe this is my arrogance, right? But I look at that video and I'm seeing insanity, right? And insanity caused by what? I don't know. Mm-hmm. But even if you gonna revolt, man, and I'm sure I don't know, they didn't release the name of the person they killed.
I bet you when it's the little thin dude that was in the camera, the one that was.
I was thinking it was the other dude, the Crip Walker dude at the end.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the dude who just did his fingers like that. I mean the dude who's like bending down low and over there with the dude.
With the guy.
Yeah.
Because there's a longer video that I did see. It's
Okay.
like 7 to 8 minutes.
Okay.
And you can kind of hear some back and forth dialogue between
Who's ever negotiating from the
whoever
bottom?
negotiating from the bottom and the inmates up top. And somebody had a gun downstairs. They was like, "Put the gun down."
Right.
And the officers was like, "We're not gonna put the gun down. Release the prisoner." And they was like, "Fuck your gun. I'ma dance to this." You know what I mean? But we laughing, right? But it's
that's
like,
funny.
But it's not though. And maybe this is my arrogance, right? So even you are involved in a very critical, serious situation.
This is life or death right here, fam.
This is what this is.
You're probably gonna die here.
You in prison, B.
Already.
You in prison, a prison where they don't give a shit if you eat. You just said that.
Right.
They don't give a shit if you shitting on yourself.
Right.
You said that.
Right.
Why you think they won't kill your ass?
Right.
And sometimes you got to roll the dice. If that's what you up against, that's what you up against. But I ain't Crip walking to my death, B.
Nah, we got to do something. We got to do something more strategic than that.
Serious situation.
We're going to have this standoff for a week or two, fam.
This is going to be a serious situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just, if you're going to approach it.
Ain't going to be no killing without no killing.
Ain't going to be no killing without no killing.
Yeah.
But that has to be strategy. That has to be organized. We do shit, and it's to Maze's point, we are kind of wrapped in this kind of state of survival, but it's surviving off instinct. It's not surviving off thought. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that don't work. We not wild animals. We are the hierarchy of the animal kingdom because we have brains.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And we got to start tapping into that shit and leveraging that shit. A goddamn lion ain't surviving off instinct, my nigga.
Nah.
It's part of it, but it ain't the totality.
Yeah, nah. There's some strategies and
There's
thinking in there.
strategies
There's some
for
intellect to
solving
that.
shit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So we can't move like that.
Yeah, that was all
We can't
thuggery.
move.
There was no intellect
Yeah,
in it.
Dancing and obviously that's good because, like I said, I've seen the video.
Yeah.
Fuck your good.
Right.
My man, you are in prison.
Right. You have no way out of here.
No way out of here, and you haven't. Your water don't work. You ain't ate, and they ain't gave you one.
You don't
hour
control the
rest.
power in here,
You
the
ain't
water in
controlling
here.
shit.
So even if this standoff was to extend, right? Ultimately, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna cut off your power, they're gonna cut off your water, and they're gonna wait y'all ass out.
Wait you out.
Or they're gonna run in there and
that's
shoot
fine.
you.
That's fine. But what strategy have I created? To
That's
say,
what I'm saying.
If I know this is how this is gonna play out,
Your only leverage right now
is you got the little Hispanic
is
dude
you
guard.
got the guard. That's the only leverage
it.
that you have right now.
That's it.
And you're not utilizing that very well, sir.
You're not. And the other one throwing up the gang signs in the middle of the foray with the if you got guns, you need to have cover.
You gotta put the hostage in a cell away from their view, right? Because he's the only leverage that you have. And so all you know about him is whatever the fuck I say about him. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to know that he's alive and well. You don't need to know that he's okay. You don't need to be able to talk to him, and he don't need to be able to talk to you. Put his ass in the cell somewhere, cover that shit up, and then you negotiate.
Hey, Nicole just said something powerful, man. She said maybe they feel like they're already dead anyway.
That's a real spill.
But I'm going to take it a step further. I think that's the vast majority of our community's energy.
Walking zombies.
I think we walking dead out here. I think we walking at a very low frequency. I think we depressed and we mad and we angry, and I get it. But this is also why I always say it's the journey over the destination. We've invested in the destination so hard that we don't give any value to the journey. The journey is what creates the value. The journey is what adds value to the life. Mm-hmm. Right? It's the shit in the Bible. If you don't work, you don't eat. This is the work portion that makes this journey valuable. Mm-hmm. We cannot succumb to goals without work. We can't succumb to a life of subservience because the work effort is what makes this life valuable, right? The effort in learning, the effort in building, the effort in creating. And we've kind of succumbed to this kind of paraplegic ass state of being, like to the point of the rolling conversation in the young man. I think the disconnect is that the young man comes from a very rudimentary kind of perspective where Roland lives in a different world. Right? So from the young man's perspective, when he says, man, we ain't waiting on no politics, maybe because the people that he's around really is waiting for a savior. And he doesn't understand how people in Roland's circle are working within the throes of politics. It's a work attached to this. Mm-hmm. Whereas maybe at the young man's level, it's like, I'm waiting on my check. Right? And I think there's a large portion of our community, whether it be at that lowest level or I think that's the mentality sometimes. It's just like, we just existing, man. Mm-hmm. And this shit plays out in so many different areas, and it has no value.
I want to say it's misdirected, but it's not directed. It's completely unscripted. It's not directed in any way, shape, or form. And when you lack guidance or you lack an identity or an agenda, then everything is just kind of free flow haywire, right? And so the young brother think my way, rolling like my way. The inmate like my way, you know what I'm saying? But nobody is really organized or moving in any particular strategic fashion. And so it's just a fucking free-for-all. And even in jail, so you got the keys, you let out some other inmates, and y'all all is the most problematic inmates that they have in this jail. This is the SEG unit. So most of y'all probably ain't going the fuck home for a long time anyway, right? I understand this is the county jail and most of y'all haven't been proven guilty yet, but the vast majority of the people in that SEG unit probably ain't going home for many moons. That being said, man, y'all don't have nothing to lose, but y'all don't need to fucking die here either, right? Y'all could come up with a better plan for how to go about this thing.
Something to lose. Rent, food,
but that's already
water.
gone.
You know what I'm saying?
That's already gone.
That's why you mad now.
So now you pissed.
Hope, but you still got hope, bro. Still got hope to come back, and that's what they get you.
The hope part of it. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, man. I don't know if hope is really all that. I think hope.
We don't care about hope around these parts, no way. We know about
hope has been replaced with ambition.
Yes, we can.
And I think there's a different understanding of ambition. right? I think ambition is almost. I don't know if it's been replaced with ambition or just been replaced with materialism. Because materialism is the end goal for our ambitions, right? And the ambitious part would have to be linked to some level of work and commitment. So I don't know if it's ambition. Maybe it's just materialism.
You so damn deep, man. I'm just a fucking capitalist pig. What can I say?
But that's attached to materialism.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? And I think that because we don't, like, we skip half the goddamn board. Like, we start here and we think we gonna end here and just fuck all this shit in the middle. Like, I was having a conversation with my son today. He's talking about the league, and I'm saying, man, the NCAA on. I'm like, you don't know what's going on in the NCAA? Not really. I haven't been paying attention. My man, you don't get to this portion without this portion. You don't get to that portion without this high school portion. You can't skip the steps. You cannot skip the steps. You can't. This ain't motherfucking Star Wars or Star Trek. You're not going to beam yourself to the place you want to be.
Beam me up, Scotty.
There's a process
Right.
to everything. Whether you want to be a ball player or intellect or a fucking professional burger maker, there's a process. You ain't going to become none of it without enduring the process. And it just, I don't know, it's just these behaviors across the board scare the shit out of me.
Get it, understand it, man. We're going to leave it right there for today. Thank y'all so very, very much for tuning in to this Monday edition of I Said What I Said. We'll be back here tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Y'all make sure y'all get up early, 6 a.m. for the Maze Jackson Show. Stick around for the Book of Dawn. And then, what's tomorrow? Oh, and then Ron Rilla, right? Are we keeping it Rilla? Is that a Tuesday thing?
It's a Keeping It Rilla mashup.
I
with,
saved the image.
It's Keeping It Rilla and Minding Our Own Black Business mashup. I think there's going to be some changes to the lineup as it relates to that. So Lil Ryan may be trying to get him a show. We don't know yet.
Our last minute, let's get it on our little bro.
Okay.
This is the worst advertisement I've ever seen in my life. We're going to put this out here.
Where's it at? I don't see
Keep
it.
it Rilla.
I don't got your computer up.
You ain't got my computer no more?
I had it for a second. I mean, it looked like no, it went away. You just took it away.
All right, what's up there now?
You thought you put it up, but you took it away. All right, here we go. We're going to leave him on the screen.
Get him the last minute.
Shout out to Ronald, literally, McDonald.
McDonald.
Literally, dressed up like a Sigma Gamma
He
Rho.
does have it is definitely the whole Ronald McDonald cuddle.
Ronald McDonald with
It's
locks.
the whole Ronald
Look at
McDonald
him,
cuddle
man.
scheme.
He get it from his daddy, man.
Hey,
The burger professional.
Streets of Bolingbrook.
Streets of Bolingbrook.
Hey, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all hang out on the network tomorrow for Mace Jackson, for Toussaint Werner. And
We got to touch that. What's the dude's name?
now you want to touch Lil Nas X.
Oh,
Stop touching Lil Nas X.
No, I don't
that's
want
the
to touch
problem.
Lil Nas
That's
X.
the problem
Go
right
get
now.
your meat from James. But
We'll get on that tomorrow
we
for
gotta have
sure.
that conversation.
We will have that conversation and more tomorrow. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll catch y'all later. Y'all be good to each other. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wait.
Brick after brick, like Shaq at the free throw.
I stay hard.
I put coke in my pee hole.
You about that life. I'm about that life.
You ain't really about that life. If you really about that life, 50, get with me. Let me test your word. T.I., I'm trying to get high. Let me test your word. Birdman, I hear you, man. Let me test your word. Brick Squad, I like it hard. Let me test your word. I want that shit that made Britney shave her head. I want that shit made DMX say he a fed. I want that shit that had Amanda Bonds tweaking. I want that shit Lance Armstrong compete with. I'm a winner by any means. You dig me? Praise Angelina Jolie.